You are setting the standard. So now that you set the standard, you can get to the 5th level of leadership. And this is a level that it's hard to say. I wish I didn't have to say this, but a lot of leaders don't get to this level because of fear. They think that, they're going to develop somebody to the point where they're going to surpass them, and they're going to maybe take their position, or I don't want to going to give them all my secrets. There's a lot of fear involved in this level. But I want you to know that when you get to this level, you're going to produce so much more, because now you have a team who is not just watching you at your level, but they're producing at the same level as you, and even more. This makes you look good as a leader. So the last level of leadership, this is the team builder. This is the duplicator. So yeah, you have the self-leadership. I lead myself. Somebody notices you. You get the position and the title. Then you start to connect with your team. You start to gain acceptance, right? And then you set the standard of production and results. And this gets you to the next part where, I'm going to duplicate myself. Because I don't want production to be there only because I'm there in the office or I'm there working with the team. I want to be able to do other things and they still produce. And I don't need to worry about it, right? See, this is when you have a business and the business doesn't have you, when you actually are able to do that. So in order to do that, you need to build your team, okay? Find those key people, those ones who are committed, and begin to develop them. You use all that you know, all your expertise, the things that you are strong in. You begin to, sometimes you need to write little tools and little templates out and actually write it out of step 1, step 2, step 3 to be able to help them. But you need to get all that you have, your experience, your knowledge, and give it to your team in a way that they can take it and apply it and actually benefit from it. Because when you start to do this, they will begin to look at you as a leader in a whole different level, and the level of influence that you have on them, it's very, very powerful. Because look, now they're not saying, all right, I'll do what you're saying because, you have the title, you're my boss, I'll do it and I'll do just enough. They're not just saying, you're cool, yeah, I'll do it. I'll go do it, yeah, I'll do it, and with a good attitude too. It goes even beyond that. And it's not even just all right, I'll do it because, I see your results, I see what you're doing, and, I want to produce like you. It's even beyond that. When you have a team member, when you have your team, when you really develop them, when you really pour your time, yourself, and your wealth into your team, and even the areas that you are not strong in, you're not afraid to admit that, but you actually get somebody else in your team or even hire somebody else to come and develop them in those areas. Because maybe you're not strong in it, but that doesn't mean that your team doesn't need to be strong in it. You need to get somebody else to teach and develop your team. Because now they're going to look at you like, man, this Richard guy, he not only cares, but he is making me a better human being, not just for work, but he's developing me as a person. When you get somebody to look at you that way, when they're seeing that you really care, that you really invest in your time, yourself, your wealth, into them being a better person, which of course affects their work and their production, but as a human being, you're building them up. You're not just showing them how to do the systems and work better, but you're showing them how to communicate, how to be healthy, how to lead, how to, public speak. There's all these things that you can develop them that will impact their whole life. Now they begin to look at you like, man, I have so much love and respect for you, Richard. And when you begin to ask them to do things, they're not going to do it because you have a title. They're not going to do it because you're cool and you're nice. They're not going to do it because, they see the standard that you set. But it's going to be so much more than that. They're going to be the ones that are like, you know what, Richard, I'll be right there on the front line with you. Let's handle this together. When they look at you, that's the kind of soldiers you're going to have on your team, because you went through all these 5 levels and they feel so impacted by you as a leader that they're going to want to stand right there on the front lines with you. I mean, these are the ones that will even be like, you know what, Richard, don't worry about it. I'll deal with it. I'll take care of this problem by myself. I'll handle it. You don't worry about it. That's the kind of team that you can have when you begin to really develop yourself in these 5 levels so that you can really have a true, powerful influence over your team. So this is the 5 levels of leadership. And again, it's not you just building one and then going to the next one and then going to the next. All these 5 need to be continually developed, because as a leader, if you want to continue to lead, you have to continue to learn and to develop yourself. The more you have, the more you gain, the more you can give to your team, the more they have, the more they gain, the more they can produce for your business and for the future and accomplishing all your goals. So you ready? Let's go influence.